बोले श्री गणपति भगवान की जय। भवानी शंकर भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय। श्री राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। श्री गुरुदेवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गजाननं भूतगणादिसेवितं कपित्तजम्बो फलचारुभक्षणम् उमासुतं शोकविनाशकारकम् नमामि विघ्नेश्वर पादपङ्कजम्। सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बिके गौरी नारायणी नमोस्तुते। ॐ शिव परात्परा शिव ओंकारा शिव तव शरणम्। 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 ॐ शिव परात्परा शिव ॐ शिव परात्परा शिव ओंकारा शिव तव शरणम्। ओंकारा शिव तव शरणम्। ॐ शिव परात्परा शिव ओंकारा शिव तव शरणम्। ॐ शिव परात्परा शिव ओंकारा शिव तव शरणम्। जय शिव शंकर शशांक शेखर 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 ओंकारा शिव तव शरणम्। ओंकारा शिव तव शरणम्। ॐ शिव परात्परा शिव ओंकारा शिव तव शरणम्। ॐ शिव परात्परा शिव ओंकारा शिव तव शरणम्। ओंकारा वन्दे देवमुमापतिं सुरगुरुं वन्दे जगत्कारणं वन्दे पन्नगभूषणं मृगधरं वन्दे पशूनां पतिं वन्दे सूर्यशशाङ्कवाहननयनं वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियं वन्दे भक्तजनाश्रयं च वरदं वन्दे शिवं शङ्करम्। बोलो उमापति महादेव की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरम् अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
वेणु मधुरा रेणु मधुरा पाणिर्मधुरा पादौ मधुरो नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
कारणं मधुरं करणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं रमणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं समितं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं
मधुरं
गुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीची मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं
मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं
मधुरं
ओ गोपी मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
हो मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
हो मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय बोले श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय My pranam to all of you. Welcome to Shanti Satsangh, day number 22, 62 consecutive nights of satsang virtually since the beginning of Navrat to now. I bow to you on behalf of all our loving, kind people of Bhavani Shankar Mandir, and I pay respect and give gratitude to God every day for blessing our temple with all of you. This evening, friends, as we begin, of course, a brand new week, we look ahead as to what there is for us, and we focus on giving gratitude and welcoming the week in some way. Gratitude is something that we give for many reasons. We give gratitude because, of course, if we have not received anything physical, even this purpose, this presence of our life here is all the reason for us to be thankful for. We have to be thankful that we are not any lower form of life. We have to be thankful that we have the vehicle, the body, to get to the Supreme or to experience God in this heaven that we live on. And we give gratitude every day, of course, for the country we live in, good or bad. It provides something for us to live. And we give thanks every day to Bhagwan for allowing us to make, decisions that are best for us. Giving thanks, my friends, is a requirement every day. It's not a once-a-year activity. It is not a once-a-week activity. It is an everyday activity. Giving thanks is an everyday activity. I heard one saint said it so well, that every moment of breath we take, as we take the breath in, one must say Ram or one must say Sham, क्योंकि राम हमारे प्राण हैं, श्याम हमारे प्राण हैं. आत्मा त्वं गिरिजा मति सहचरा प्राणा शरीरम गृहो. Atma Tvam, you are the Atma, O Shiva. Girija Mati Sahachara. Girija is the Mati, the intelligence. Prana Shariram Graha. You are the prana, you are the breath, you are the sharir, you are the house that house all these things. For these reasons, my friends, we give thanks every day for the ability to breathe. Oxygen is free until we end up in a place where we have to be provided for it. And to all of you today who can breathe freely, who can go outside and breathe in a fresh breath of air, that is something to be thankful for. Do not wait on a particular milestone in life that is material. When I get this, I will celebrate or give gratitude. Or when this happens to me, I graduate, or whatever it is, I will invite the world to come. No. Because my friends, we know, you and I know, that day may never come. Therefore, as we begin a beautiful week ahead, today was so cooling, it was nice. The sunshine was out, but the breeze, the world operates in such a way. The elements work together. The universe actually operates in a way in which one thing helps the other. When the sun comes out and sends the heat on the earth is dried up. The earth is dried up and cries. And everybody on the earth actually, say a prayer, where is the rain? Where is the coolness? And there it goes. The rain comes and pours and cools the earth. And everyone, my friends, even the plants, the animal feels a sense of coolness. The cool breeze blows across to ensure that the heat that is sent by the sun is of course suppressed and we can feel some sort of comfort. The world works like this, where the elements cooperate with each other. If we can work together like that, my friends, imagine what more of a blessed life we will enjoy in this beautiful earth that we live in, on this beautiful heaven that we live in. This evening, we are going to we're going to tailor our program, because we're going to dedicate a part of our program to a lady of our community, a mother of our community, an educator of our community, and someone who has inspired and touched the lives of many, and that is Auntie Chan. You know her, we all know her by Auntie Chan, and I'll refer to her by Auntie Chan in this broadcast. Her simplicity and her knowledge, her way of inspiring people, raising her children and all those around her, of course, was something that we can always treasure. And this evening we will dedicate a part of the program. Tomorrow night we will dedicate part of the program to a gentleman who passed away a week and something ago, Uncle Bobby. Tomorrow evening we'll dedicate some time to his family, because Tuesday is his 10th day as well. Because we want to take this time. We can't go and keep wake these people physically, but we want to let you know that our love is here. So this evening we join with all the children, grandchildren, and everybody else for Auntie Chan. We share your loss, and we are here to sing with you, to pray with you, and to ensure you that you're not alone in this path forward. You're not alone in this journey. While we cannot be there to physically hug you, we can send you prayerful energies to ensure that you feel our love, you feel our comfort. And so that is what we do today. We'll sing the Hanumanji Chalisa, the opening Hanumanji Chalisa. If you're new to the program, every single day we sing opening and closing Hanumanji Chalisa, because we feel that Hanumanji will break, my friends, the bonds of life and allow us, free our mind to allow our intellect to be pure, to receive fun satsang teachings. And when we finish, we sing Hanumanji Chalisa so that our night can be pleasant. As a middle. Let us all sing together Hanumanji Chalisa. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Rajan Nij Man Mukur Sudhar Barno Raghubar Bimal Jaso Jo Dayak Halchari बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहो मोहि हरहु क्लेश विकार जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिन्हु लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा
अंजलि पुत्र पवन सुत
Let your voices be heard.
महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमत निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा कानन कुंडल केशा हाथ भद्र और ध्वजा विराजे कान्हे मूंज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित सुनिवे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप हरि रंग जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाई सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए। रघुपति की नहीं बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिया भरत संभाई। साहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित ईसा। यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा, राम मिलाए राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। युग सहस्र योजन पर भानु, लीलो ताहि मधुर पद जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका मिली मुख माही, जल्दी लागी गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज संभारो आपै, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, तासु अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, है परसिद्धि जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को भावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुवरपुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित न धरहि, हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। बोलो जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई। और हनुमान चालीसा होई सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा जय नाथ हृदय महादेरा। जय नाथ हृदय महादेरा। जय नाथ हृदय महादेरा।
पावन तनय संकट हरण मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय में बसहु सुरभूप सिया। भज रामचंद्र की जय शरणम प्रभु। बोले पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। I'll begin a dedication to Aunty Chan. Before I do so, we will have a beautiful bhajan. मैं एक नन्हा सा, मैं एक छोटा सा बच्चा हूँ. No matter what we have attained in life, or what age we have grown into, or what times we have grown into, in eyes of God, my friends, we are always nanha sa chota sa bachcha ho. We are always a little child. Our innocence may change, but we are always this little child. Therefore, let us dedicate this bhajan to Bhagwan and ask him to always keep us as children of his. Bhumika will lead this song.
मैं एक नन्हा सा, मैं एक छोटा सा बच्चा हूँ। तुम हो बड़े बलवान, प्रभु जी मेरे लाज रखो। मैं एक नन्हा सा, मैं एक छोटा सा बच्चा हूँ। तुम हो बड़े बलवान, प्रभु जी मेरे लाज रखो। जी मेरे राज रखो। मैं आया हूँ आज तुम्हारे द्वार पे आस लगाए। ऐसा कोई जगन करो प्रभु साज को आज न आए। मैं एक नन्हा सा, मैं एक छोटा सा बच्चा हूँ। बिगड़ी बना दो भगवान, प्रभु जी मेरे लाज रखो। प्रभु जी मेरी लाज रखो। प्रभु जी मेरी लाज रखो। प्रभु जी मेरे लाज रखो। मैं एक नन्हा सा, मैं एक छोटा सा बच्चा हूँ। तुम हो बड़े बलवान, प्रभु जी मेरे लाज रखो। तुम हो बड़े बलवान, प्रभु जी मेरे लाज रखो। तुम हो बड़े बलवान, प्रभु जी मेरे लाज रखो।
तुम हो बड़े बलवान प्रभु जी मेरे लाज रखो. Never ever, my friends, should we stand in front of God and treat God like the servant and we like the masters. No. Tum ho bade balwan Prabhu ji mere laaj rakho. You are the great one, powerful one, O God, and we are the children of yours. Mere laaj rakho. Never ever should we think that our parents are our servants. We are their servants. Today, my friends, in the name of Auntie Chan. Auntie Chan, who passed away a few days ago, a segment of this program tonight is dedicated to her. As I mentioned to you, there's a couple of individuals in our community who passed away close to our temple, but we're unable to be at their home. We're unable to keep awake. So we will take a segment of Shanti Satsangh, because that is who Bhavani Shankar Mandir is. We celebrate people's happiness, and we are there to share in their sorrows as well. Tara, or Dolly as you know her, is close to us, close to myself and our temple. The other siblings I know, we're familiar with them. But Tara and Vic are closer to our temple, and today, it is not because of them, but because of Auntie Chan that we're doing this. As you can see, this segment is sponsored by Bhavani Shankar Mandir on behalf of our community. Who is Auntie Chan? Ganesha Anantram, known by many as Auntie Chan, was born on May 28, 1940, in 4th Street, Windsor Forest, West Coast, Demerara. She was born to Ram Lakhan, also known as Tobacca, and Ramdeya, and was the second of 8 siblings. Later on, she was married to Isaac Anantram and moved to Dihoop in Maheka. Together, they had 4 children: Jean, Dado or Ram, Tara, some call her Dolly, and Kumar. Auntie Chan lived a dedicated life to her children and family. She was the top seamstress in Dihoop. In 1983, she migrated to Toronto, where she dedicated her life to her 8 grandchildren, who gave her 9 grandchildren, great-grandchildren rather. Mandir was the most integral part of her life. I don't think I need to tell you that. Mandir was the most integral part of her life. She was a devoted Hindu who spent most of her time in satsang, helping others in the preparation for puja, and spreading the teachings of Sanatan Dharma. She taught Hindi, was versed in Sanskrit, and enjoyed kirtans very much. Auntie Chan lived a content life and loved to be anywhere where there was satsang. Her life was a treasure to all, and she will dearly be missed. To you, Auntie Chan, we dedicate this segment of this program too. On behalf of the Hindu community, on behalf of the West Indian community, and of course on behalf of Bhavani Shankar Mandir, we thank all of you for joining us, and we pray and we hope that, of course, you've reached out to the family. I know how many phone calls and messages perhaps you have given them because of the kind of impact she made in your life. When we die, my friends, when we die, there's so many poems that we can quote regarding this. Jab tu aaya is jagat mein, when you came into this world, everyone laughed and you cried. Live a life, my friends, so that when you leave, they will cry and you will smile. In the absence of Auntie Chan, of course, she has left a gap in our community. She stole the hearts of many. She entered the lives of many families, and her departure has certainly left an impression in our life. This is a reality of life. I've told my friends how many times that as a Pandit, I'm numb to death, because we have done this so many times, and through tapasya and other things, you get to a state where you understand that even my sitting here tomorrow may not be a possibility. But understand this, accept it, and embrace the time that we have spent here. And that is what is very, very important for us to understand. Give gratitude every day for the blessings you have, and do not take any moment and waste it in search of any pleasures of life that is short-lived, because those short-lived pleasures, my friends, are going to make us short-lived as well. When we take a break from life and we engage in anything that is short-lived, my friends, taking a break sometimes can break you. And so today we remember this gem of a mother, this gem of a person who has lived and who has created an impression in our life. So I'm going to talk to you a little about loss today. And I'm not going to talk about loss of something. I'm going to talk about the loss of God. You see, when we lose something in life, we have a certain attachment to it, right? Well, God sometimes we lose as well. And when we lose our God, my friends, it's as though we have lost everything. Before we do that, let us bring that Creator in our presence. जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो. When the world, my friends, from every direction will shut its door and there will be no ray of hope, the Lord will be there to guide us. Let us all sing together today in the name of Auntie Chan. I know she's smiling. I know the whole community is smiling. Of course, in celebration of her life, let us pray together. Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare, Dukhiyon ko dukh dur kare. Jai 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 Krishna Hare. Everybody, Jai Krishna Hare, Shri Krishna Hare. दुखियों को दुख दूर करे. जय 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 कृष्ण हरे. जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, जब चार तरफ अंधियारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो, आशा का दूर किनारा हो. और कोई न केवल हारा हो, जब कोई न केवल हारा हो, तब तू ही बेड़ा पार करो. तब तू ही बेड़ा पार करे. जय 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 कृष्ण हरे. जय कृष्ण हरे. श्री कृष्ण हरे. दुखियों को दुख दूर करे. जय 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 कृष्ण हरे. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे. तू चाहे तो सब कुछ कर दे. विष को भी अमृत कर दे. विष को भी अमृत कर दे. पूरन कर दे उनकी आशा. पूरन कर दे उनकी आशा. जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे, फिर जो भी तेरा ध्यान धरे. जय 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 कृष्ण Jab char taraf andhiyara ho, aasha ka dur kinara ho. When the four directions will be dark and there will be not even a ray of hope in the horizon, Krishna Bhagwan will be there as the light, as the hope to take us through. My friends, losses are inevitable in life. I think I've said this so many times. The only thing that is guaranteed in life is death. That is the only thing we are certain about. However, it is the only thing we do not plan enough for. Because how much can you plan for death? We are very superstitious about it. At the temple in Pitrapaksh, I tell our people all the time, have you talked about death? When you die, what you want? You know, when someone dies, you have to be so prepared for it. Because they have enough stress, enough grieving to go through. They shouldn't be wondering who should perform your shraddh, what color of clothes you need, where you need to be cremated, who you want there. They shouldn't be worried about that. You would have already planned all of that. But our people, we feel that the more we talk about death, the quicker we will die. That's not so. You cannot shorten your life by talking about death or planning when that moment comes. My friends, losses are inevitable. They will happen. Death will happen. When many of us go to a cremation or a funeral, you know, most people walk by and they watch the corpse, thinking that they will never be there or their time is far away from that. But my friends, no. You and I know that is far from the truth. As we lose, my friends, we lose things. When we lose a handkerchief, you know, from a handkerchief to a phone, to a pencil, to a pen, when we lose it, it's as though we have lost a part of our life. What is going to wipe my lips again when this is gone? You helter-skelter. You lose the phone, it's like we have lost the world. We lose our watches like we have lost the consciousness of time. Imagine when you lose someone, what happens? Okay? Imagine when you lose someone, what happens? The knot that we have created in life, when you tie a rope together, even if you lose it up, you will still see traces of that knot there. My friends, just like we lose people, we lose God as well. These things you can buy back. A handkerchief, a phone, a pen, whatever you can buy back. You can never replace your lost ones. And my friends, we also lose God. We also lose God in our lives. We either push our God away. We either push our God away in exchange for something temporary, some party or something temporary. We push God away in exchange for some temporary pleasure. Only when that finishes, we have to run back and ask for help. Friends, when we lose God or we push away our Creator, it's a bad sign of life. There is the Bhagavad Mahapuran. I am motivated to read a few shlokas of the Gopi Geet tonight. The Gopi Geet, my friends, is in Dasham Skanda of Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran. Dasham Skanda is the nectar of the Bhagavad, Srimad Bhagavad Mahapuran. It is the nectar of the Bhagavad and the Gopi Geet. The Gopi Geet, of course, is the climax of the whole Dasham Skanda, the highest point. In the Gopi Geet, what happened here? Krishna Bhagwan, as you know, before that he showed up at the bank of the river, and he blew his flute so well, so sweet, Bhagwan Sri Narayan. He blew his flute so sweet that all the gopis came, they left their homes, they left their responsibilities, and they ran towards God. Ki swagatam vo mahabhaga priyam kim karvani vaha vrajasya namayam kaschit vritagamana karanam. Bhagwan Krishna, when he blew the sweetness of the basuri, of course, it was like someone so hungry physically, they smelled food and they ran towards a direction. The gopis, they left their husband, they left their responsibilities, and they ran towards Krishna in the middle of the night. Bhagwan Sri Krishna says, why are you all here? That why are you leaving your responsibilities and running to me? My friends, God does not ever want us to leave our sick mothers at home and go worship Jagadamba in the temple. God does not ever want us to leave our sick fathers of home and worship Jagadishwar, Bhagwan, Vishnu, Narayan or Shiva. They are, don't run away from our responsibilities to go find the divine. We have to fulfill that responsibilities for us. कोई घर में बैठा नमन करे, कोई हरि मंदिर में भजन करे, कोई गंगा यमुना स्नान करे, कोई काशी जाके ध्यान धरे, जन्मात पिता की सेवा की, उन तीर्थ स्नान कियो न कियो. If we haven't, of course, treated our mother and father or performed service to our mother and father, my friends, what is the purpose of going to Ganga, Yamuna, or Kashi, or wherever it is for knowledge and enlightenment? We are in the wrong track. My friends, all the people ran to Krishna. Krishna Bhagavan says, you have left your responsibilities and you have come to me. And he gave them a good lecture. After that, the Lord became close to all of them. And there was one gopi who felt that she was so close to Krishna that she had pride and she looked down on everyone because she was closer to God. And when Bhagwan Shri Krishna, my friends, saw that Abhiman or pride was a part of the people who were closest to her, to him rather, he disappeared. He disappeared. Everyone there, they lost God. We lose people, we lose things, they lost their divine. My friends, and when God is lost from our life, then life, my friends, we are not living. We are just a corpse that is walking. Yesham na vidya na tapo na danam na chapi shila na guno na dharma te martya loke bhuvibha bhavutam manushya rupe mrigacharanti. What is life? Yesham na vidya. What is life without knowledge? Na tapo na danam, without tapasya or dan, charity. Na chapi shila na guno na dharma. What is life without good manners? Without dharma? What is life? Te martya loke bhuvibha bhavutam manushya rupe mrigacharanti. Life is like a burden on this earth, and we are like walking corpse, my friends, breathing. When we don't carry our Lord with us, our God with us, our divine with us, our Creator with us, we are just corpse walking about. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, he left all of them, my friends, and they all started to pine. They all started to hurt, and they were in pain. And so what did they sing? In this beautiful Dasham Skanda, they sang the Gopi Geet. The Gopi Geet, my friends, is very powerful. There are sometimes a 7-session katha to talk about Gopi Geet. Today we read just a few shlokas of the Gopi Geet and we bring Shri Krishna in our lives. Ki jayati te dhikam janmana vraja shrayat indira shashwadatrahi daiti drishyatam dekshutavaka swaidrita swadha vechinvate sharadudashaye sadhujat sad sarasido jara rakshi drisha surat nath te shukladasika varadani krato neha kim vada Veshajalapyaya Vyalarakshasad Varshamarutad Vedyutanalat Jayati Dedhikam जन्मना व्रजा त्वयेति इंदिरा शाश्वतत्रहि शाश्वतत्रहि हे शाश्वतत्रहि जयति तेदिकं जन्मना व्रजा श्रयते इंदिरा shashvadatrahi. The gopis, in the absence of Sri Krishna, there is no God in their life anymore. And so they cried for God. We cry for pain, we cry for losses. Arey bhai, when a parent takes a child to nursery school for the first time and the child is crying and going, the parent is crying as well, as though they want a few hours of separation from the child makes us cry. When a parent takes the child away to the university as they're driving back, how much they cry. Temporary separation causes so much grief and pain. Imagine separation from God when we are, separated from our Creator. My friends, we may lose our identity, we may lose our memory, we may lose our possessions, but never ever lose touch with your Creator. And that is why we are doing this for 62 nights now. We are doing this. Because I would hate for all the work we have invested in our community, in our Hindus, in our children, in our families. I would be very disappointed if that work is degraded or eroded at some level. That is why I don't care. What kind of day I had or you had, we're going to show up here and we're going to have Shanti Satsangh until we can meet again. Today, I was so touched to see so many of you in presence at the mandir. Well, outside, of course, when you came and you did. Anyway, we'll talk about that later. But separation from dear ones, many of you are not related to me by blood. And I haven't seen you for a couple of weeks, and what happened? A couple of months, and I'm in pain. Imagine when we lose that touch with our Creator, what happens to us, my friends? What happens to us when we lose the touch with our Creator? The gopis, my friends, too proud they were, of course, to be associated with Krishna. Then the Lord disappeared. The gopis, they cried, Jayati Tedikam Vraj, they said, shines all the more bright by your descent, O Krishna, in the house of Nanda and Yashoda. For Lakshmi, the goddess of beauty and prosperity, she constantly dwells here when you are here, O Krishna. O God, Prabhu, when you dwell here, happiness dwells here. Wherever there is God, there is happiness. Where there is Bhagwan, there is life. Wherever there is Bhagwan, there is life, my friends. Wherever there is Bhagwan, there is joy. Wherever there is Bhagwan, there is an absence of fear, regardless of how sick you are. Regardless of how tormented you are, wherever there is Bhagwan, you will feel, of course, relief of all pains. They said, Krishna, your presence here brings Lakshmi. O beloved Lord, Bhagwan Krishna, please reveal yourself to us. Who have centered their life in you, we have centered our life in you, O Krishna. We are searching for you in every quarter. Tava kathamritam, in one of the verse, Tava kathamritam Krishna, your katha is amrit. Forget about the appearance of the Lord for a moment. Forget about what he says for a moment. His katha is amrit. Tava kathamritam. This is my favorite verse of the Gopi Geet, where the Gopi says, Krishna, your katha is like nectar. Your katha is like nectar. All the young people listening today, listen to the introduction that was given about Auntie Chan. She always wanted to find herself in satsang. Whenever we hear or heard of satsang when we were younger, we always were there. Satsang is not only today a place of social activities. Satsang is just not a place where we just go to dwell and see our friends and text each other and sign up on our Instagram and stuff. It's not just that. It is more than that. It is something more divine. It is an opportunity to communicate to our Creator. It is an opportunity to become one with our Creator. Satsang, they are like drops of nectar which adds up in our life that makes a human being into a divine being. Satsangh, our association with the truth or truthfulness, or those who are preserving truthfulness, of course, that is the thirst we have in our life, or should have in our life. And Auntie Chan was certainly that person. Today, our entire community is bearing her loss, my friends, because of the touches, of the spiritual touch, the religious association, the satsang association that she has had with all of us. I remember last Navratri, when it was Shashti, whole Navratri, she sat down at her daughter's house, Dolly. And as we did Shashti Puja, Ashtami Puja, of course, Naumi, and as we did, Hanumanji Puja, she sat through all of it. I saw pictures where them doing puja, because this is how interactive we are with the community. She sat on Hanumanji Jayanti Day. When I sat down there sitting to sing Hanumanji Chalisa 108 times, 5.5 hours, she sat on her couch as well and witnessed the singing of Hanumanji Chalisa for 108 times. I understand she did not engage in any activities, but she listened. My friends, this generation of Auntie Chan, and maybe one or so before her, this generation, you know what kept them so strong and kept their lives so long and healthy? Is because of their faith. It's because of their shraddha. It's because of their faith. It's because of their dharma. It's because of Bhagwan. That has kept them going. They were very simple people. Auntie Chan was a very simple lady. Right? Very simple lady. Today, we have, complicated lives so much that we have forgotten about the simple things that will lead us to a simple life, that will extend our life. Ask anyone who have lived 80, 90 years. They will tell you how simple their life was. Not complicated. My friends, not complicated. Were they stressed? Of course they were. But they found ways to deal with that. And you sit and talk to those people, my friends, all the grandkids and everyone. I hope you had a chance to interact with Auntie Chan, because the wisdom that generation possess is the wisdom that is carrying us. Whenever I had a trouble in life, I spoke to my parents about it. Both of them, they were older. I'm the youngest in the family. And their words were not complicated. Their vocabulary was not as complicated as ours. But when they spoke in their simple wisdom, it was enough to resolve the complicated issues of our lives. That is how that generation was. They did not have many things that we have, but you know what they had? They had their Creator in them. They had their God in them. They had their Bhagwan in them. They had their satsang. They had their dharma, and they were so, into sharing. How many of you today, we have heard her introduction, she was always there preparing puja samagri, puja sarjam, setting up this, setting up that. How many of us today can set up a puja sarjam when you're doing puja? How many of you can set up a puja thali? Do you know where all the sindur is, the kumkum is, the chandan is, the haldi is? How many suparis, how many cloves, camps, where the things have to be prepared? In one thali is all of that. In another thali, all the leaves and the grasses. In another thali, the flowers. In another thali, the juices. How many of they knew these things because they took time. They invested time in the things that mattered the most. They invested in the things that mattered the most. And that is their satsang. Kids, young people who are looking here today, and even the grown-ups, please understand. Do not allow the West, my friends, to change our identity. I talk to so many young people today and they say, Pandit, I can't do all these long story, 10-day, 13-day, I'm a Canadian, I'm American, and I'm like, I'm whatever, Brazilian or Russian or whatever it is. Listen, Canadian and American and West Indian, these are just citizenships. Whether you're a Canadian or you're American or you're a West Indian, that is a citizenship or an identity given to you by countries you live in. But your true identity is a Hindu. Your true hidden identity, which has been covered by everything that we see around is a Hindu. Let that blossom above everything that we have covered ourselves with. That was the kind of a lady Auntie Chan was. And my friends, going back to the Gopi Geet, when there is the absence of God, there will be an absence of life. We may be breathing, but we don't know. We won't know what we're breathing, my friends, when God is not present in our lives. And how did they cry? They cried like this, my friend. Sharadudashayin sadhu jata sat sarasido jada rakshimushadrishah. Hey Krishna, is it no massacring here? Is it no massacring here on your part, O granter of boons, who kill us? Who kill us, of course, in the splendor of, of your presence. We are your slaves, O Krishna, in your absence, O Madhav, O jewel among men. From that, of course, from that, Bhagavad Mahapuran tells us here, to life, nothing can be realized without you, O Madhav. And so in this way they cried for Sri Krishna Bhagavan. There's a beautiful song that was inspired because of this beautiful katha. Sagar tat par baith khela ratta tera naam kab aayega tu girdhari der hui ghansham. Sagar tat par, as we sit on the bank of the river here, O Ghansham, baith khela re, we are sitting alone. Kab aayega tu girdhari, when will you come, O Girdhari? Why are you so late to come into our life? Let us sing and ask Krishna Bhagavan to return, my friends. Sagar tat par baith akela ratta tera naam kab aayega tu girdhari der hui ghansham. सागर तट पर बैठ अकेला रे. करता पल पल तेरा बंधन युग युग का प्यासा मेरा मन. करता पल पल तेरा बंधन युग युग का प्यासा मेरा मन. कर ले अब स्वीकार मुरारी तू ये मेरा प्रणाम. कब आएगा तू गिरधारी देर हुई घनश्याम. सागर तट पर बैठ अकेला रे. चारों ओर घिरे अंधियारा नाथ अपना एक सहारा. चारों ओर घिरे अंधियारा नाथ अपना एक सहारा. सूधी फतवा पाकर कहता नैया बैठ अकेला रे. बहुत हुआ ये खेल तमाशा, अब तेरे चरणों की आशा। बहुत हुआ ये खेल तमाशा, अब तेरे चरणों की आशा। दर है दर्शन बिन जीवन की, गल जाए नाशा। कब आएगा तू गिरधारी, देर हुई घनश्याम। सागर तट पर बैठ अकेला, रटता तेरा नाम। कब आएगा तू गिरधारी, देर हुई घनश्याम, देर हुई घनश्याम, देर हुई घनश्याम। चारों ओर घिरे अंधियारा, नात अपना एक सहारा। An ocean of darkness surrounds me every day, by every side. O Lord, you are my only help for my boat, my body. To be able to cross this ocean, please be my guide. Please be my guide. I have squandered much of my life, O Lord, in frivolous action. Now my only hope, O Lord, is at your feet. O Sham, O Madhav, the fear in this life is not having a vision of you. That is the fear of life. You remember Surdas? He was blind, my friends, but he had no weaknesses because he can see his Sham, his Madhav, even with closed eyes. In this way, my friends, the gopis, they cried in the Gopi Geet, of course, when we read Bhagavad every August at the temple. When we read this Bhagavad every year at our temple, this is what we sing, my friends. And the gopis, when they cried like this to Sri Krishna, my friends, God wants us to do that sometimes. Our petition is very important. Bhagavan Sri Krishna appeared in front of them again and told them, of course, why he left. Those who are proud of even God, you can't be proud of anything, my friends. You know, this word pride that we use, it's used in loosely in a lot of ways. We take pride in our dharma, we're proud of our dharma, that's fine. But there is something called ghamand, which is false pride. No, because I'm chanting so many mantras, I know so many bhajans, I'm close to God. So there is a ghamand, there is a false pride that comes in us. When the Lord senses a false pride in his closest people, the Lord disappears from our lives. He disappears, my friends, from our lives. This evening, as we dedicate this segment to Auntie Chan, on behalf of Bhavani Shankar Mandir and our entire Hindu and West Indian community, we continue to pray, we continue to celebrate life, but more so we continue to learn from the life she has lived. This is what we can do. We would have loved to come and help in some physical way, but unfortunately, because of circumstances with this virus, as you know, we can't be there. But whatever we can do to the family, to the children, whatever support we can give in any way, please let us know. Because Bhavani Shankar Mandir is a selfless organization. We do not only take from the community, but we help in many other ways. Ways in which we don't even disclose to people. I don't tell you how many things this temple does, my friends, how many things we do or I do. It's not right to do that, but our temple will always remain the hub of Hinduism in this community, with your support and with your love, of course. This evening, I want to thank all of you for being here and for joining in celebrating life and to join with this family in sharing their sorrows, but more so giving them strength in everything they do. And we pray and ask that all the children, of course, continue to believe in your Creator, continue to hold on to each other, continue to understand that Auntie Chan was the hub in your life. And although she's gone, her legacy is what's going to keep all of you together. May she, of course, be in the realm of God. May she, of course, be blessed by Bhagwan and received by the Creator in a very beautiful way. As we bring this segment to an end, I will ask Vrinda to sing Sur ki gati mein kya janu, ek bhajan karna janu. We sing every day to Bhagwan, but what do we know about singing, my friends? What do we know about singing? Sur ki gati mein kya janu, we don't even know to sing bhajan. But continue to sing and sing in her name.
सुर की गति में क्या जानो, सुर की गति में क्या जानो, एक भजन करना जानो, एक भजन करना जानो, सुर की गति में क्या जानो, एक भजन करना जानो, एक भजन करना जानो। अर्थ भजन का भी अति गहरा, अर्थ भजन का भी अति गहरा, उसको भी मैं क्या जानूं, उसको भी मैं क्या जानूं। प्रभु 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 करना जानूं, प्रभु 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 करना जानूं, नैना जल भरना जानूं, नैना जल भरना जानूं, सुर की गति में क्या जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं। गुण गाए, गुण गाए प्रभु न्यायन जोरे, फिर क्यों गुण तुम गाते हो। मैं भोला मैं प्रेम दीवाना, इतनी बातें क्या जानूं, प्रभु 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 करना जानूं, प्रभु 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 करना जानूं, नैना जल भरना जानूं, नैना जल भरना जानूं, सुर की गति में क्या जानूं, सुर की गति में क्या जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं, एक भजन करना जानूं।
एक भजन karna janu. No matter how much we try every day, my friends, ek bhajan karna janu, or singing abilities, as it can never match the beauty and the greatness of God, we should still continue to sing. May Auntie Chan always be blessed, and of course all her children stay strong and always have their Creator with them. Prem se bolo Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. Today as well, we are celebrating a 56 years of life together for a wonderful couple in our community. Before we do that, speaking of community, my friends, I would like to use this opportunity to thank all of you from the bottom of our heart for responding so well today to our grand food drive at Bhavani Shankar Mandir. Well, I don't know what else to say. We actually were broadcasting it live, and you saw so many things. You saw so many people who came there. You saw so many vehicles. And most importantly, I saw so many of you. Friends, at the end of the day, we were able to donate together 9,500 pounds of food. 9,500 pounds of food to the Full Shelter, the Knights Table in Brampton. I think all of you deserve a very big round of applause. A very, very big round of applause for coming out so well and so strong. It was so nice to see all of you. I can't use a more complicated word. It was so nice to see all of you. Many of you I saw, there were tears in my eyes. There were tears in my eyes when I saw many of you, and there were tears in your eyes as well, because when people love each other so much and they are away for so long, it is always a blessing to see each other again. And I have to tell you, it was overwhelming in a good way, and it was a very rewarding feeling for our community. People came from Scarborough, people came from Ajax, Pickering, Markham, Richmond Hill, Vaughan, Brampton, of course, North York, Kitchener, Cambridge. People came from Georgetown, Guelph. They all came, and it was so beautiful to see so many people responding. So many cars. Thank you, thank you, thank you very much. You have made difference in the lives of thousands of people. These are thousands of meals that will be cooked and given to people who, of course, would not have a meal when the day is up. A sincere thanks to all our volunteers who made this possible as well. You saw them, you saw their pictures, you saw the videos, you saw how hard they were working. They were working throughout the day, and they worked very hard. They are mostly ladies and quite a few men as well, but that didn't prevent them or bar them from doing anything. So thank you to our community. Thank you to all. Bhavani Shankar Mandir, when we do something, as I told you, we either do it with class or we don't do it. We either do it with class or we don't do it. And we do it right. And this today was done right. It was done well. It was well coordinated and well executed. So thank you for responding to our call. And of course, we have a lot of things coming up this week, which we're going to talk to you about again. But for now, we want to wish Mr. and Mrs. Percy Bikram happy 56th wedding anniversary. I think they deserve a big round of applause as well. A very, very big round of applause, my friends, for living together for 56 years. Auntie and uncle, they are actually in Guyana right now, and they can't be here, of course, because of the issues of the virus and so, but their children, of course, are known to our community. Happy 56th anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Percy Bikram from their three loving daughters, Sabita, Dolly, and Indy, along with their respective families and extended relatives and friends. These people are extremely close to our temple, close to me in many ways. Auntie, of course, and I we're related by blood, and it is so nice that today actually is the day, like they were married on a Sunday, 56 years ago. 56 years. We don't live that long these days, 56. People can't count early, right? But they are married together for 56 years. They can tell you stories about happiness and sorrows and bright days and sad days and Guyana and hair. They can tell you all kind of stories, because going through 56 years together, it's not always sunshine. So, to both of you, Bhagwan's blessings, and I wish you were here for us to celebrate. It's a Sunday, it would have been big at the temple, but you're in Guyana, but that cannot prevent us from singing, celebrating, and praying. To both of you, they are very wonderful, very soft people, very kind people, and always very welcoming. I always talk about Uncle Percy. You know, he's this man who has this tradition in him always. When a Panditji, when I go to their house, any of the kids' house, he always with the mug water and his towel, wash foot. A lot of people don't do that these days. They wash foot, you know, wash the Panditji foot. Cleanliness, right? Wash the Panditji foot and make sure it's just very heartwarming, soul warming, whatever you call it. So to both of you, happy anniversary. Some beautiful pictures are being posted there. I hope and pray that you live forever together. However long Bhagwan has granted you life together, may you live always with love and always smile as you do. Happy anniversary to you both. And we'll sing a bhajan for them as requested by their children. Uddhar karo Bhagwan, tumhare sharan pare Prabhu. We're going to ask the Bhagwan to bless both of them and guide them, of course. This is a very popular bhajan. Let's sing together. Sharan pare, sharan pare, Siya Ram, Siya Ram, Siya Ram mein sab jag jaani, करहूं प्रणाम जोरी जुग पानी, जप है नाम जन आरत भारी, मित ही को संकट होए सुकारी, नाम ले तू भव सिंधु सुकाए, करो विचार सुजन मन माही, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, शरण परे, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे, भव पार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे। कैसे तेरा नाम ध्याए, कैसे तुम्हारे लगन लगाए, कैसे तेरा नाम ध्याए, कैसे तुम्हारे लगन लगाए, हृदय जगा दो ज्ञान तुम्हारे शरण परे, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे, भाव पार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे। कैसे तेरा नाम ध्याए, पंथन तो की सुन सुन बातें, द्वारे तेरे तक पहुँच न पाते, पंथन तो की सुन सुन पाते, द्वार तेरे तक पहुँच न पाते। पथ के बीच जहान तुम्हारे शरण परे, उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे। जय हो। श्यामल कृष्ण मुरारी, राम तू ही गणपति त्रिपुरारी। तू ही श्यामल कृष्ण मुरारी, राम तू ही गणपति त्रिपुरारी। तुम ही बने हनुमान तुम्हारे शरण परे, उद्धार करो भव पार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे। शरण परे है शरण परे, शरण परे शरण परे। उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे, भव पार करो भगवान उद्धार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे, भव पार करो भगवान तुम्हारे शरण परे। बोले श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय। I hope all of you are enjoying this very blessed and beautiful evening. Man, I am so fired up today. You know, it's a long time I didn't work so hard. You know what I'm saying? I didn't work so hard after a long time. I was broadcasting about close to 3 hours or 4 hours, I think, if you add it up. I wasn't doing a lot of work, really. The volunteers, they work. Man, they really worked today. I was just, you know, with the guy with the camera, the guy with the face. And, oh, by the way, out of everybody who came there, you know, actually, most people who came there, they said, Panditji, you need a haircut. And the sun was so, you know, and you saw my big hair. Well, hair wasn't cut since, I think, March 15th. So it's been a couple of months. Myself, Bhuvan Akash, and many of the guys. I saw so many guys there today with their long hair, long beard. I can't grow a beard because my beard, the side beard goes sideways, this one goes this way, and it's like, you know. Anyways, but it was so super to see so many of you today, friends, coming out. And I actually got sunburn. You know. Yeah, they didn't give me sunscreen. But we were treated with ice cap and lemonade and coffee, and we were spoiled with some snacks. But I am so energized after all of this. I came home and I really felt that you got to prepare for the program and whatever. But I was so energized because I saw so many of you. And I'm inviting all of you for 2 big events that are coming up. Tuesday, of course, is the World Hanumanji Puja. World Hanumanji Puja. All right, friends. I know, Auntie listen. Me too, my hair is gray since March 5th. Oh, me thought you said, me hair gray, but because sometimes my hair is gray and sometimes not gray. So one little child came one day at a temple a long time ago and said, Guruji, you have gray hair. I said, yes, stress. Next day the child comes, Guruji, no gray hair. I said, no stress. We got to learn to have some fun, friends. So yeah, listen, Auntie Leela, I missed you this morning. You were apparently one of the first ones who came, and I was still in the temple, but I got your roses for the kids. Thank you very much. God bless you. And all of you who came, and you just did so much for us. Sister Camila, it was so nice to see you, and Bhaiji Derek. I cried when I watched you guys. Auntie Lalita as well, from all the way in Mississauga. These are old friends of ours, and Uncle Prem who came. So nice. And all our friends and all names are too many to call because you guys are so amazing. And we saw Cuddles today. We got a couple of dogs actually. Sister Sati from Richmond area. She came with her little dog, but he wasn't too, he's used to see me on the TV. Right? There's a little dog that Sister Sati has. She can post the picture sometimes. He actually watched the program every evening, Shanti Satsangh. He sits and he watch. But today when he see me, he's like he want to bite me. Because I had my mask and I had my sunglasses and everything and my hair was so jabri. He's like, where's this guy that I used to see on the TV? This is not him. This is not that good looking guy that I always see on the TV. Where's that good looking guy that I watch on Shanti Satsangh, that handsome guy every day on TV? And I can go on and So he didn't see that good looking guy, so he was barking, but it was nice seeing him. And we saw Cuddles today too. Cuddles is another dog. By Natasha has that dog, Natasha Chadi. And he was nice. We pat him and everything. Cuddles always pleasant. He comes to our holy programs or march and when we go for walks and things. So it was nice to see the animals today as well. God bless all of you friends for really coming out. Tuesday is World Hanumanji Puja. World Hanumanji Puja. So what is going to happen on Tuesday? We're all going to assemble in our home. Get your little Puja Sarjan. Get your Hanumanji Murti and get a Ganeshji Murti. Get a couple fruits, flowers, prasad. And we will bathe your Ganesh Murti, do puja, we'll do Hanuman Jhandi. If you have a flag, you can stick it out and wave it out, no problem. But let us ask Hanumanji to come in and intervene in our lives and make our home energized and let us continue to gain strength and gain hope from somewhere. This is World Hanumanji Puja. People from Guyana, Brazil, Aruba, Florida, everybody performing this puja. World Hanumanji Puja. However little you can do it, just do it. If you don't have ingredients, put your Hanuman Murti there, put your Ganesh Murti there, a couple of flowers. If you have flower, just sit down and watch Mandem. You understand? But World Hanuman Puja happening this Tuesday, 7 p.m. All of you are going to join so you can actually get your things in your home, sit down, and I'm going to have my little puja altar here. Just 2 murtis, good enough. And you do your puja. We'll do 108 names of Hanumanji Maharaj and things like that. We sing Hanumanji Chalisa. We'll talk a little Hanuman story. You can make your rote and so on. Let's have fun. Let us pray. And then next Saturday coming, of course, I'm inviting all of you for outside satsang. Satsang in Bhavani Shankar Mandir parking lot. Satsang in the parking lot. Can we name it that? Shanti Satsangh in the parking lot. Shanti Satsangh in BSM's parking lot. You got to be there, by the way, on Saturday. Everybody has to be in the parking lot, parked by 7 p.m. If you come after 7 p.m., we wouldn't be able to park you, just to let you know. You have to come in and park at 7 p.m. because we'll have volunteers to put your cars where they have to go. There's a way they have to go. 1 car here, 1 space here, 1 car here. That is the rule, and we go by rules. And when you're all parked, 7 p.m. we start our satsang. Me, I want to see none drive here, park there, drive here. Everybody sit down. We're going to power up the whole yard, light it up, put on the speakers, light up some flambeau, create some energy, guys. Let this dull days go. Let this cloudy days go. Come on out, sit in your cars, wind it down the window, and let's blast Hanumanji Chalisa that night 11 times. After each Chalisa, I'll give you a little message, and I will blast Hanumanji Chalisa again. We'll sing. The Shanti Satsangh group will be there, myself and my kids. Technicians will be there doing their work. Panditjis will be there. Pandit Ram Prasad and Pandit Rajni. So happy to see so many of you today. They will be there, and we're going to observe rules. Oh, by the way, I misspoke yesterday. You cannot bring prasad because of other reasons. So no fruits or anything. Just come. Because of COVID, just come. And let's just sit there in the car and let's just make history. Today, we made history. Today, we made history. Hindu temple in Canada. I hope somebody can write up the May and tell them what's going on. Today, we made history. Starlight, Gandhi got it right. Starlight Drive-In. Remember Starlight Drive-In in Guyana? Starlight Drive-In, exactly. So, it's going to be very beautiful. At the end of the satsang, Shanti Satsangh in the parking lot. At the end, we're going to have an RT. Everybody will sit in there thinking RT and thing. Then you bring one candle. Bring one candle. You light the candle and you put it up like this. We're going to light up that place. We're going to brighten it up. We're going to just send it around the world. Drive away all this crazy energies that we have here. Stick with me. I'll stick with you. And together we have the God with us, my friends. I want to sing another song because today, Mr. and Mrs. Bikram, Uncle Percy is a lover of cows. So he always likes his Krishna Puja. And it's a beautiful way to start our week, Sunday evening. Let us sing this song. Jai Nandalala, Jai Gopala, Shri Radhe Govinda, Man Bhajale Harika, Pyara Naam Hai. Let us sing and ask that Bhagwan bless this wonderful couple, 56 years together. My friends, I just wish that we can live together for 56 or live for 56 years. All right, much less together. So let's sing together. Jai Ganesh Gananath Dayanidhi Sakala Vighan Kar Dur Hamari Mam Vandan Svikar Karo Prabhu चरण शरण हम आए तुम्हारे जय गणेश गणनाथ दयानिधि. Now clap at me. This is the rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me hear it. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Jai Nandlala, Jai Gopala. Jai Nandlala, Jai Jai Shri Radhe Govinda. Man bhajle Hari ka pyara naam hai. Shri Radhe Govinda. Man bhajle Hari ka pyara naam hai. नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है. नंदलाला हरि का प्यारा नाम है. श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला. जय नंदलाला जय जय. ताली everybody, come on, clap your hands. जय हो. Come on everybody, give me a जय हो. जय हो. मोर मुकुट सिर गन बल माला केसर तिलक लगावे. केसर तिलक लगावे. मोर मुकुट सिर धगल माला केसर तिलक लगावे. केसर तिलक लगावे. वृंदावन की कुंज गलन में सबको नाच नचावे. हो सबको नाच नचाए. श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला. जय नंदलाला जय जय. जय हो. श्री राधे. किनारे धेनु चढ़ाए माधव मदन मुरारी. माधव मदन मुरारी. यमुना किनारे धेनु चढ़ावे माधव मदन मुरारी. माधव मदन मुरारी. मधुर मुरलिया छवि बचावे हर ले सुध बुध सारी. हर ले सुध बुध सारी. श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. श्री राधे मन भजले हरि का प्यारा नाम है. जय नंदलाला जय गोपाला. जय नंदलाला जय जय. जय हो. श्री राधे. कहती मीरा सुर को श्यामल भाया, सुर को श्यामल भाया। गिरधर नागर कहती मीरा सुर को श्यामल भाया, सुर को श्यामल भाया। तुकाराम और नामदेव ने वित्तल वित्तल गाए, ओ वित्तल वित्तल गाए। श्री राधे गोविंदा जो भजते हरि का प्यारा नाम है। श्री राधे गोविंदा मन भजते हरि का प्यारा। ओ मीठे रस से भरियो रे राधा रानी लागे, राधा रानी लागे। हो मन कारो कारो यमुना जी को पानी लागे। मीठे रस से भरियो जी राधा रानी लागे, राधा रानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी को पानी लागे। यमुना जी तो कारी कारी राधा गोरी गोरी, यमुना जी तो कारी कारी राधा गोरी गोरी। वृंदावन में धूम मचाए बरसाने की छोरी, वृंदावन में धूम मचाए बरसाने की छोरी। व्रज धाम राधा जी की रजधानी लागे, रजधानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। मीठे रस से भरियो रे राधा रानी लागे, राधा रानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। जय हो राधे। कान्हा नित मुरली में तेरे सुमिरे बारंबार, कान्हा नित मुरली में तेरे सुमिरे बारंबार। को तिन रूप धरे मन मोहन कहू न पावे पार, को तिन रूप धरे मन मोहन कहू न पावे पार। रूप रंग की छबीली, जय हो श्री राधे। रूप रंग की छबीली पद रानी लागे, पद रानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। मीठे रस से भरियो रे राधा रानी लागे, राधा रानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। श्री राधे। Give me a Shri Radhe everyone. Shri Radhe। राधा राधा नाम रटत है जो नर आठों याम, राधा राधा नाम रटत है जो नर आठों याम। जिनके बाधा दूर करत है राधा राधा नाम, जिनकी बाधा दूर करत है राधा राधा नाम। राधा नाम में सफल श्री राधे, राधा नाम में सफल जिंदगानी लागे, जिंदगानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। मीठे रस से भरियो रे राधा रानी लागे, राधा रानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। कि मीठे रस से भरियो रे राधा रानी लागे, राधा रानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे, मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे, कि मन कारो कारो यमुना जी रो पानी लागे। बोले श्री राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। Happy, happy anniversary to our dear, loving parents, Mr. and Mrs. Percy Bikram in Guyana. And hope to see you soon and hope you're well, most of all. God bless you both. Before we do the last Hanumanji Chalisa, if you would like to sponsor an evening, friends, please do not hesitate. Tomorrow we have 2 sponsors, but as of Tuesday to Friday, Saturday, I don't think we have any sponsors to my knowledge. So Tuesday Tuesday to Saturday, we don't have any sponsors. Tuesday, Sunday, we have one sponsor. Because I didn't take any sponsors from June going forward up to May 31st, but for now we can go with the flow. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, we don't have any sponsors. If you are celebrating an event, if you're celebrating an occasion and you want to sponsor one of the evening, friends, these are little things. Bhavani Shankar Mandir is not raising any funds right now, you know that. Temple doors closed. The sponsorship funds that come in, they're basic things. They are a drop in the bucket, but I don't neglect them. Money is money. We will raise funds one day, and I'll tell you when that is. That's why I haven't been asking you. Because when I ask, I do it in a very classy way. I do it in a very genuine way, and I'll let you know when that is. But just to keep the evenings going and make sure that there is something on the screen there, please sponsor one evening. How do you sponsor? The only way you can do that, don't email me, please. Don't email or Facebook message or me. Just send me a text or a WhatsApp. A WhatsApp should be free from wherever you are, as long as you have internet. So I can't keep up with emails and Facebook messaging. Facebook messages, is really, everybody send you a heart and a flower every day and good morning. It gets lost. So send me a text or a WhatsApp message, and that's how, we'll connect. So send in your sponsorships and let's get this done. We will have Hanumanji Chalisa to close. The kids will do that. And please don't forget, Tuesday, World Hanumanji Puja, all of you. And on Saturday, of course, Shanti Satsangh in the parking lot of Bhavani Shankar Mandir. And for those of you who in Florida and all over the place in New York and Guyana who can't be here for that, it will be televised, live broadcast, of course, through Facebook and YouTube as well. Please hop on to my YouTube channel, subscribe, and look at our recent video we did yesterday about marijuana and Hinduism. If you're confused, there are some answers there. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raj Nij Man Mukur Sudhar Barno Raghubar Bimal Jasu Jodayak Phalchari Buddhihin Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Bal Buddhi Vidya Deho Muhi Harahu Kalesh Vikar Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar Jai
कपीश तिन लोक उजागर राम दूत तुलित बन धाम अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नाम महावीर विक्रम बजरंग कुमति निवार सुमति के संग कंचन वरण विराज सुवेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा हाथ भद्र ध्वजा विराजे कान्हे मूंज जनेऊ साज सुंदर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि रंग जगावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे लाए सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिया भरत संभाए सहस बदन तुमरो यश गावे हस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा यम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव के राम मिलाए राजभर दीना तुमरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना युग सहस्र योजन पर मानो धीरो त्राहि मधुर बल जानो प्रभु मुद्रिका मेरि मुख माही जन दिनांगिके अजरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुख मानो ग्रह तुम रेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिन पैसार सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहो को डरना आपन तेज संभालो आपे तीनों लोक हाथ देखावे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीर संकट से हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साज और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे तासु अमृत जीवन फल पावे चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा है पर द्वार सेठी जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुमरे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दास तुमरे भजन राम को भावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे रघुवर पुर जाए जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाए और देवता चेतन धरि हनुमत से सर्व सुख करे संकट हरे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीर जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई जो शत बार पाठ कर कोई जो तहि बंदी महासुख होई जो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा होई सिद्धि साखी गौरी तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महादेव की जय नाथ हृदय महादेव की जय नाथ हृदय महादेव
पवन तनय संकट हरण मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय में बसहु सुरभूप सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। बोले पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। शांताकारं भुजगशयनं पद्मनाभं सुरेशं विश्वाधारं गगनसदृशं मेघवर्णं शुभांगं लक्ष्मीकान्तं कमलनयनं योगिविरध्यानगम्यं वन्दे विष्णुं भवभयहरं सर्वलोकैकनाथम् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। प्रेम से बोलो भवानी शंकर भगवान की जय। सियावर रामचंद्र भगवान की जय। राधा कृष्ण भगवान की जय। सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय। सबको जय जय सिया राम। Thank you all friends for being part of this program tonight. Stay blessed. Let me say Sitaram to all of you and or Jai Shri Krishna, Namaste, whatever it is you want to wish people tonight. God bless all of you, love all of you, and continue to be part of Satsang. Every evening we'll be here. Every evening we'll be here with you until our temple is opened. So God bless all of you, friends. Sitaram, yes, definitely. Let's see. Jai Sitaram. So Sister Savi, Rohini Kilavan, Sitaram, Vaila Mahadan, Patsi Mahadev. A lot of people actually who names I'm reading out today, they came and they tell me their name and right away I was able to make a connection. God bless all of you. Patsi Mahadev, Vaila Mahadan, Kuwari Sarju, Lakshmi Punai. Yeah, I saw a lot of the Punais today. Good to see you guys. Kavita Zugbir, Saku Bisram, Chandra Kathanan, Sunita Kemraj, Sati Singh, Nilwanti Basant, Eileen Basdeo, Vidya Basiram, Kamala Ramatar, Dira Prasad. She identified herself today, Dira Prasad. Prano Budu, Vedi Sankar, so nice to see you today as well. Dayan Ramdehal, Chandra Bisnath, Shanti Mohan, Sita Nath, Patsi Mahadev, Monisha Ramlakan, good to see you guys today, yourself and mom. Sabita Singh, Auntie Lalita, good to see Uncle Prem and you today. Natasha Devinachari, Jai Ho, good to see you guys and cousins today. Raj and family there. Indra and Raj, it was nice to see you today. Angela, you work today, girl. I can see you throwing those baka rice, yeah. Liji Sarju, Sabita and Deo and family, good to see you guys. Auntie Leela, always amazing to have you with us. Lisa Rajkumar, Mala, Divan, and the children were there today again. Good to see you, it was nice. Srinita, Sadika Kumar, Kamla Dwarka, Sister Oma, Jai Shri Krishna. Nice to see you today. My eyes were blessed and I felt so great seeing you. Ishrani Prasad, Auntie Usha, it was so nice to see you as well, Uncle, today. And I owe you a phone call, of course. Himanti Ram Sarup, Jay, nice to see you guys out there today and family. Roma Balgubin Charan, Deep Marla Haril, Kamra Durbij, Lalita Singh, Dolly Harjan, Sharda Guraya Bisnath, Geeta from Florida, Ravi Jagdeo, Shirley Prasad, New York, Chandravati Sukram, Rich and family, Sita and the kids. Nice to see you guys here today. It was very pleasant for us. Geeta Balaram, Manraj, Indira Danraj. You marked my register. I did, Natasha. Tash from Guyana, of course. Kavita Satar, Jai Siaram, Deep Prasad, Lavin Hardial, Savika Prasad. I'm marking register here, guys. I gotta call you all. It's present. You gotta say present, sir. Nirmala, Jai Ho. I love you so much, and it was so nice to see you today. And thanks for all the treats. You spoiled me. Angela, yeah, of course. Thanks for those. Didi Chandra, Ganesh, and Gauri, and of course Vidya. So nice to see you guys today. Your face was bright. Sati Samwaru, it was awesome to see you today again. Thanks for all your groceries. Tara Sankumar, Dudnal Budram, Lizzie Singh, Sister Leela, of course, always wishing her cousin well. God bless you, Sister Leela. Asha Tilak, Jai Ho, girl, you work hard today, so I hope you get a nice sleep tonight. Rest very good. Savitri Mohammed, Tara Sankumar, Sanjay Singh, Pamela Kosal, Chandrika Dhari, Marianne Lu. I dragged her out of her home today by calling her out, so good you came out. Ivy, it was so nice to see you today. Say hi to Madhuri for us. Tina Prasad, it was so nice to see you and Uncle today as well. God bless you both. Hemanti Ramsarup, Anji Prasad, Maharani Khan. Oh yeah, she pointed out I am Maharani Khan, so it's good to see you. Aneta Ibrahim, Vidya Devanandan, so nice to see you today, Vidya. Hope you guys are well. Sandra Jagdev, John Shivnant, Babita Bulva, Shanti Saw from New York, Trisha Jairam, let me see, Bauji Minto there, and Dada, Sandra Govardhan, Dayan Ramdial, Tameshwar Arjun from Kitchener, Rukman Gangaram, Sonny Manbodan family. They showed up with a whole truckload of groceries, so that was amazing. Thank you guys. 9,500 pounds of groceries. That's a lot of food, a lot of stomachs we're feeding. So thank you. Sunny and Basanti, of course, contributed well. Pasi Mahadev, Sister Camila, of course, watching there. Kaula Dwarka, Shoma Mathura, Jaiho, Gayatri Pidipal, Rupram, Basant. All the Basant worked tremendously hard today. Ryan, hope you can sleep in a little bit tomorrow, and Seema wouldn't bother you. Val Samaru, Lena Saw. Yeah, Lena Saw pointed out, Pranaji, I'm Lena Saw. Good to see you today. Bianca Prasad, Sunita Subnat, it was so nice to see you guys today. Baiji Terry yourself as well. So nice, very, very nice to see you all. Geeta Devanarayan, Shiv Gosai, Hanumanji Puja Tuesday. Shiv, yes, we have puja on Tuesday, of course. Absolutely, Nirmala Ram Sahai, proud of our BSM family. We're tight, we're strong. Marianne Lu, of course, always a blessing. Auntie Eileen from New York watching as well. Thank you, Ivy. We miss Madhuri, Christina Kate. Yep, always our volunteers work very hard for our temple and our community, Sabo Ram Narayan, Pitaji Dalip. Good to see all of you online, Sitaram. And tomorrow evening, Panat Bhuvan will be online, and we'll be online, Shanti Satsangh, 7 p.m. sharp. Please join us. Jasoda Dhanraj, was so nice to see you, Auntie Radhika and Uncle Vincent. Thank you very much for coming out. I hope you guys are well. And it was such a blessing to see all of you. We are going to end the broadcast tonight, and see you all tomorrow, of course, for number 63, Satsang night number 63 on Facebook Live and on my YouTube. Please, if you can do me one favor, yes, Avi, I work extremely hard. If you can do me one favor, please share this on right now on your Facebook. Share it as well, so other family members can see. They can be part of the satsang. Just share it on your Facebook. People are overjoyed with this thing, and we want to spread the love. Yeah, Shiv, thank you. Auntie Lacho, was so nice to see you today as well. Thank you very much for coming out and joining. God bless all of you, friends. We will definitely see you tomorrow evening, 7 p.m. sharp. Namaste.